I'm doing today is I'm going to make this rack here that fits the Graco Snugride 35 quick click or click connect baby car seats. This rack from Phil and Ted normally fits a classic Graco baby car seat, which I can't seem to find on the market, and they haven't modified any of their new adapters to their existing strollers. So what I've done is I bought one of these because we had an old classic Sport, and I built this modification to hold this seat in. Here's the Phil and Ted Sport Classic stroller with the Graco Classic 35 bracket with the not quick click. Phil and Ted doesn't make a modern bracket. That's this right here, and the issue is with the modern car seat, when you hook into here, which works, this back bracket, the metal rod that goes here, is now way up here. The downside is this side of the car seat, there's nothing holding on, so it flips up. So I'm going to retrofit this to hook onto that. Phil and Ted doesn't have any modern brackets, and so I'm just going to retrofit this. The idea behind this is that we already have this car seat. We're going to have a baby seat for probably 6 months, and I just want to do this in an economical way for a short period of time. I need to make a bracket that hooks into these two metal rods, and the current bracket on the Phil and Ted fits way under here and sits underneath, so I'm going to make a U shape and be able to latch onto these to hold the car seat into the stroller. Here's the side profile. I took a piece of paper, and what's going to happen is I'm going to do something like this, so that way it will support the side there. That angle is templated to the curve of the actual car seat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of center this here with a straight edge on this side, so that way I have area to play with up here and area to play with down here. So I'll just cut this in half, cut this out to fit, and then retrofit this area to hook on, and then build my little latch here to hook it into. Here's my jig that I made. I don't know if I'll use this one or not, but what happens is this goes on to the side of the bracket here, bolts into the notch that's right here, and then that way the car seat will sit in here, and that will notch into the top there. So if you look at here's the car seat here, here's the metal bar, but that hooks up to there and it sits like that. That's the angle, even though it doesn't look square to the ground. That's how it sits on the bracket. So then the notch hooks into here and holds on to the seat, so that way the seat is secure when it latches. What I'm having a problem is that these flex, as you can see, they flip. And when I put the car seat in, it doesn't really grab it. It wants to shift those. So I'm going to have to do some kind of blocking, either here, or even a block that holds underneath to keep these things from flipping back like that. So I made this bracket. It's going to go under here, and it's going to hook on to this that will hold the back here, these from pushing that way. So as you can see, I rounded these, so I'm going to have to cut new ones of these to extend this out in order to hold that block there. Not a big deal, it'll just take me a couple minutes to make new ones. Also, I'm going to drill these holes a little bit higher so the baseline of this sits flat on this surface. So I have made new ones. They seem to work. I did this better where that slides in. I extended these out. Here's the block right here, and the block will go in between these right here. When I put the seat in, what I'm realizing is when you pull the seat out, this wants to lift this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a piece of wood on either side of here, which will ride on this, so that way this will stay solid like that and not flip in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to block a piece here. I'm going to cut this at a nice angle so aesthetically it looks alright, and then I'll probably put another block in here just to keep these nice and parallel. So I have my two sides right here. I have the blocks that are going to go on either side. Then I have this block which is going to sit like this and attach to both of them. A couple extra blocks that I'll be blocking in here and here, so that way I stiffen it up. So there it is with all this on here. It seems pretty rigid. Now I'm going to block these on either side so that way it won't rack back. Alright, so that's my rack right here. All I have that's holding it is the two bolts that's in the rack. The rest of this should hold that car seat from flipping out. So let's give it a try. New click connects with Graco cribs that will modify to fit the existing bracket, since Phil and Ted doesn't have any new brackets. They just have this one existing one. So the idea of this is this slides in here like this. Bolts. I'm just going to hand snug them to make sure that it fits. As you can see, it rocks a little bit, but I can easily adjust that. So those rods right here will hook into the rack and it will just click into place. There you go. So now you can see I can pick the whole thing up. It's not going to fall out. If I need to get out, put it like that. Here's the final product, the baby carrot baby seat in the Phil and Ted stroller. And now all we need to do is wait for the baby. Thanks for watching.